consider a single peak skew distribution of discharge over time. This is a simple hydrograph that indicates the discharge through a stream after an isolated storm. For hydrograph studies, this is usually preferred over complex hydrograph consisting of multiple peaks and kinks. Let's say we have a uniform rainfall over a storm duration of D. As soon as the rainwater hits the ground, infiltration takes place. After both initial and infiltration losses are satisfied, the remaining water flows over the ground. It takes some time and processes for water to eventually go through the overland and channel flow stages. Therefore, time lag presents between the storm and runoff conveyance through the stream. This is why the flow increases even after the rainfall stops. When rainfall occurs, discharge through a stream increases with time. This component of hydrograph is called rising limb or concentration curve. The water storage inside the channel and over the catchment build out during the rainfall. Within the rising limb, the initial curve slope is usually milder than later periods. This is because both initial and infiltration losses are high at the early stage of storm. When time passes, infiltration rate decreases, while flow from distant points reach the outlet. As a result, the discharge increases rapidly, and the curve slope becomes steeper. At some point, the increment in discharge starts to slow down, and we may reach an inflection point. Even so, flow through the stream is still increasing until it hits the peak. After that, stream flow reduces over time. The part of hydrograph between both inflection points is called crest segment. This is where we can find the peak flow from a catchment after a storm. In flood studies, this is what we need the most. Beyond the inflection point after crest segment, the stream flow continues to decrease. This component is known as falling limb or recession limb. At the beginning of recession limb, the storage within the channel and catchment is at the maximum level. As time passes, storage builds out during the rainfall depletes. When the entire storage is drained out, flow through a stream may now be contributed by only groundwater flow. Before the next storm event, discharge may decrease with time. This part of the hydrograph is known as base flow recession. Factors affecting a runoff hydrograph can be broadly categorized into physiographic and climatic factors. Physiographic factors are those defining the characteristic of catchment, while climatic factors shape the storm characteristics. Among the physiographic factors, the shape of catchment affects how long it takes for water from the furthermost point to reach the outlet. A fan-shaped catchment often produces narrow hydrograph with high peak. The curve is skewed to the left, meaning it is fairly easy for runoff to flow through. As for elongated catchment, the hydrograph is normally broad and low peak. The curve is skewed to the right, showing significant time lag presence when compared to that for a fan-shaped catchment. For catchment in composite shape, we may obtain a complex hydrograph. Surface water flows under the effect of gravity. Therefore, when the slope of terrain and stream inside catchment is steep, the flow velocity will be high. For this scenario, the depletion of storage occurs at a higher rate and requires less time to complete the process, making the recession limb steeper. Small catchments act differently from large ones. In small catchments, overland flow is predominant over channel flow. In this situation, land use and rainfall intensity have significant impact on the peak flow. For large catchments, both factors pose limited effect on the peak flow. Inside a catchment with high drainage length to catchment area ratio, we expect to see efficient runoff conveyance. As a result, the peak flow can be high, and it may occur quickly. On the other hand, for catchment with low drainage density, overland flow is predominant. Ineffective runoff conveyance is reflected from slowly rising limb. A greater amount of water is now subjected to other hydrological processes such as evapotranspiration. This lowers the peak of hydrograph. Land use, or rather land cover, directly affects the rate of infiltration and soil storage capacity. For an undeveloped land covered by vegetation, high infiltration occurs, and as a result, the peak flow will be reduced. Urbanization, on the other hand, increases the site imperviousness. The infiltration is greatly reduced compared to pre-development stage. Moreover, urbanization often comes with the replacement of natural pervious drainage with engineered impervious drains. Combining these effects, low infiltration allows more water to be discharged out from catchment, while the line drainage system provides more rapid conveyance. High peak flow with steep rising and recession limbs are reflected in the hydrograph. Climatic factors are mainly contributed by rainfall intensity, duration, and its direction of movement. First, the peak and volume of surface runoff is directly proportional to the rainfall intensity under a given duration. When the rainfall intensity is considered constant, longer storm duration means larger runoff volume inside the catchment. If the storm moves from upstream towards downstream, the hydrograph will have shorter time base and higher peak. It would be otherwise if the storm moves from downstream to upstream. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends. We'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.